One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. Then let me be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel, and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels, ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and love, the thunderous roar. Insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he pays his way. More legend in the making, day by day.
Yes, sir. Day by day, except for Sundays. You know what I mean? Much love, honor, respect to everybody for hanging out. Listen, you guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you guys decided to be right here with me, man. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out and then chilling with your boy, man. And you know what? One thing I did forget to go ahead and put in the chat for, listen, you don't have to do it, okay? None of you guys have to do that, but I'm putting it in the chat right now so I can pin it and then I can actually continue. Boom. All right, so listen, we're going to be going over Trump and Irish Prime Minister is set to meet today, as well as we're going to be discussing, I guess, a brutal Chicago shooting, as well as some Russia-Ukraine updates. So we're going to get into all of the madness. Hopefully everyone's doing fantastic. We got everybody up in here. Always appreciate you guys, by the way. We got Brother Frank. We got Naomi. Oh, Naomi. I have a weird accent, I guess. That's the way I say it. Her northern side, whatever. They say Naomi. And I'm so used to saying Naomi, whatever. Anyway, so we got Hardwire up in here, man. We got Warland. We got Brother Wes up in here as well. We got Kellen Canada, my man. Always appreciate him hanging out with us as well. We got Steve Posey up in here as well. And yes, prayers for Black Dragon. This happened to him. I think you guys saw it happen live. I don't remember how long ago it was, ladies and gentlemen. Probably like maybe 2 months ago, something like that. And where I was live at the moment. And then somebody came into the chat and said, yo, you're going to have to go check on BD. And I did. And I saw that he was live, but he was like damn near passed out. And so he kind of had the same issue this morning. And so obviously I saw it and we were just all basically telling him to go ahead and contact his old lady. And so he got offline and did do that, which is good. We got Brother Beezer up in the building. Always appreciate my man, as well as KP. Good to see everybody, man. And make sure to smash that like button. Yes, sir. Listen, before I even go into this real quick, I do have to do my call to actions real quick. You know what I mean? You feel it? It does have to happen. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It's the #1 metric of all of YouTube. Helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so, by the way. If you guys are brand new to the show, hit that subscribe button because it's also free, man. But if you guys would like to help out monetarily, there's a couple of ways to be able to do it. Please consider becoming a member starting only at $2.99 a month. We make sure that, listen, we're not going to be breaking no bank. We're not going to be breaking no wallet here. And if it is going to, don't do anything regards to money. Keep it for yourself and your family and stuff. But if you guys have a couple extra bucks, this is the way that we continue to do what we're doing right here, right now, is actually the membership program. You guys allow me to not necessarily have to focus on views at all. And you guys made that happen. So I can't thank you enough. Follow my Instagram, by the way, right here at Ball Valve TV, where I post everything behind the scenes, not only of my lifestyle, but of the show, as well as Millennial Food Time. It's like damn near better than my phone number. But ladies and gentlemen, we also have a Discord. If you guys are interested in Discord, we do have a server and we're starting to get more active on there. So go ahead and check out, well, Naomi actually has the link. So I don't even have the link up here, which is funny. But it is linked in the description of every video too, by the way. And last but not least, for monetary stuff, listen, of course, every super sticker, super chat, gifted membership signups, all of these stuff is going to be shouted out and, shown live on the show. But if you guys would like to help out, monetarily and skip that brutal YouTube 30% cut from all of that crap, right? Because that's what they do. We have these platforms right here that you guys can, send anything in. And I, of course, will shout you out as well as your message. And we'll allow this to scroll for the remainder of the show. Anyways, that is that aspect. I did my job in that aspect. We got Martin up in here. Appreciate my man. He says the stream hasn't even started yet, and which was it. We didn't start yet. I'm still scrolling. He says the stream hasn't started yet, but I already know whatever comes out of the Irish Prime Minister's mouth will be 90% nonsense. He doesn't represent the opinions of the average Irish person. Martin, I totally understand what you're saying there, kind sir. Much love, honor, and respect to you. I very much appreciate you hanging out with us, man. So it's a lot of love, man. We got brother Steve Easy. She appreciate the homie coming in and hanging out with us. Always appreciate him as well. We got brother AU. Good morning to you, kind sir. Yes, and that's right. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. We got Papa Penguin as well as brother Carney. We got Miss Lotus as well. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, by the way. Always a pleasure. We got Road Rage. We haven't seen Road Rage in a fat minute, man. Good to see you. Says morning all debating on writing a book to cover all the crap that has happened in the last 2 months. Still alive and kicking. You know what? Road Rage, honestly, you should write a book about the last couple of years. The last couple of years, because I know the backstory there, right? And so, yeah, you'd probably be able to make some crazy fucking book. For sure. You should do it. And KP, I'm definitely going to get down with this as soon as we get into the video aspect. We got War Gorilla up in here saying, yo, what's good, brother Mike Beasy and all my delinquents. Yes, sir. We are here and chilling, man. Always appreciate you guys, man. Always appreciate it. We got brother SNS as well, man. Thank you for hanging out with us. Biker News Canada. By the way, I got your patch, by the way. I got your patch. It's actually back there right now. Thank you. I received it yesterday. So I very much appreciate that. And much love and respect to you, kind sir. Yes, sir. We got Frederick. Yes, sir. Appreciate my man. As well as Anson Knowles. He says, hey there, ladies. I have arrived.
Stop the cap.
Shit.
Emotional damage.
What's up, Anson? Hopefully you're doing good, man. We got Tats over there in the UK. Good morning or good afternoon to you, right? Right? Let's see here. I'm trying to catch up with everybody real quick, man. Sorry, I'm trying my best. We got VT up in here as well. You're covering the dipshit leader from Ontario threatening to cancel power to the US. I will be probably most likely talking about it and the way that Trump handled it. Total fucking champ, by the way. The way that Trump handled the whole ordeal already. I mean, it's like, fuck, that is exactly what we're talking about right there. But we will get into that a little bit later. We got Mr. Boulay as well, Alabama's finest, by the way, saying good morning, working and lurking. Memos don't write themselves. That is true. That is true. I understand what you're saying. Holy shit. We got some real quick. We got Tats coming in, donating a gifted membership, by the way. Thank you so much, Tats, over there in the UK, as well as brother VT over there up in Canada, man. So I very much appreciate your guys' patronage, man. Thank you both. Incredibly, it means a lot to me. It means a lot. We got Carol as well. Good morning to you. Hopefully you're doing fantastic. Redneck said motorcycle whips, by the way. Yes, sir. Just getting all my keys together for a good one. Hey, I can respect that. By the way, code Insane Wheels to get 15% off of all Redneck Side motorcycle whips on their website. Go and check it out, man. Absolutely. And yeah, I did get it, homie. So I very much appreciate you sending me something so dope. Yes, sir. What's up, Carney, over there on the Facebook side support? And we got Dwayne as well, man. Good to see you. Good morning. We're about to get into this shit. Let's do it. Let's do this to everybody. Let's go ahead and get it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and actually discuss. We're not going to get into like Russian.
Good morning. And
we're actually going to be talking about Trump and a little bit of updates on that, as well as trying to remember exactly. They're going to be instantly talking about the Irish Prime Minister. So that's what is happening here and what is scheduled here. Let's go ahead and
to the U.S. president. Give you all of your breaking news alerts, top stories, and of course your live events of the day. As we come on the air, we do want to begin with the very latest as relates to the Trump presidency. I want to take you out to Washington, D.C. bright and early this Wednesday morning and give you a live look at the White House. We know today the Irish Prime Minister faces a diplomatic balancing act during talks with President Donald Trump, with Ireland among the countries most vulnerable to the U.S. president's economic plans. The annual White House meeting to mark St. Patrick's Day is usually relatively straightforward for the country of 5.4 million, symbolized since the 1950s by the gifting of a bowl of shamrock to the president in the Oval Office. We also know that today, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance also expected to welcome the Irish delegation for breakfast at his residence. A lot to discuss this morning, so let's bring into the conversation America First Works President Ashley Hayek. Ashley, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks.
Yo, by the way, Trouble, good morning to you, by the way. And he says, Mike Beasy, 2 days in a row. I'm getting good at this. Yes, you are.
Oh, shit. Oh,
good to see my man, by the way. 2 days in a row. That's a W.
Me.
So, Ashley, a lot of eyes on these talks. As we know, the last time we saw a diplomatic official at the White House from overseas was the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. So the Irish Prime Minister having his visit today on the heels of that heated but very candid discussion.
Yo, Rabbit of Chaos, good morning to you, by the way.
Stage for this anticipated event. A lot of eyes on it, and people are wanting to know,
and Tiffany,
what could the discussions
good to
entail?
see you too.
Well, we've heard that a couple points of discussion will definitely be tariffs and economic opportunity between the United States and Ireland. Ireland does have a significant amount of pharmaceutical companies. They have a lot of American companies. President Trump has a golf course in Ireland. He's really...
Man, that would be dope to be able to have a fucking golf course over in Ireland. Yeah, no problem there, by the way. We got King Blackout. Just wanted to give a quick little shout out to my man right there. Always appreciate the homie right here. So good to see you, as well as Johnny Reno, by the way. I saw you in here as well. Appreciate you both very, very much for supporting the channel, man.
Really enjoy the relationship that the United States has had with the country.
Definitely.
However, his priority, as we've known from day one and through his campaign, has been to put the American people first. So I do think that there will be some conversations. However, we've heard, Ireland leadership say that they're in it for the long haul. They recognize that this is the direction that the United States is going, that many American companies and their companies have been in existence for many presidencies, both Republican and Democratic.
Yo, Code, my man. All the legends are popping in, man. I appreciate all of you guys, every single one of you guys. So, man, I am so blessed to be able to do what the fuck I do here. Code, good to see you, man.
And they're ready to have the conversation and, move forward in a very diplomatic way.
Ashley, along with those potential discussions of tariffs, a lot of eyes on what the EU looks like as it relates to support for the conflict with Ukraine and Russia. Do you expect that to come up? And I ask that because we've seen all week how there have been European Parliament debates and several dignitaries speaking out and calling for a ceasefire with Ukraine and Russia.
Yes, that's right. And I do believe that they will be speaking about anti-Semitism, which has been really on the rise in the EU.
Yo, Shazzy, we're talking about your country right now. Straight up. This is kind of radical. As you can see right here is what the headline is right now. President Trump to meet with Irish Prime Minister. So we are going to be finding out exactly what time that is today.
And addressing that as it pertains to the conflict in the Middle East. The other thing we've heard is the Ireland defense minister saying how they have to do more of their part. I think they contribute 0.2%, very, very low. And the president had come out and said that he expects people to contribute 5%. Now, Ireland, if I'm recalling correctly, is not a member of NATO. However, there does need to be additional work, and they recognize that on their own part. So I think that this will be a very positive conversation. I believe that they are very self-aware. I also believe that they are coming with, gratitude and just a history of a positive relationship between the United States and Ireland and with President Trump. So this should be a very positive exchange, very much different in contrast to what we saw with Zelensky.
Oh boy.
We also know that VP JD Vance will have a role in this
Oh yeah, that's right, Shazzy. We did discuss that. My apologies.
visit. He will welcome the Irish delegation to his own residence this morning, Ashley, for a breakfast of sorts. How important is it to have Vance on the same page as President Trump and be a part of this relationship and with this visit today?
What's up, Jess? Good morning
I think
to
it's
you.
critical, and JD Vance, Vice President Vance, has shown very little daylight between him and President Trump. They've been lockstep on the policies. One thing we did see from JD Vance was some commentary on some of the legislation that was pending in Ireland about hate speech, and JD Vance was very critical of some of that legislation. So I'm hoping, given the trends that we have seen, and basically it was about what Ireland was classifying as hate speech, and it was very much an overreach. And so one of the things that we have heard Vice President Vance say—
You know what's funny about that? I didn't even know where teriyaki, I always call him teriyaki. I don't even know where he's from. Like, it's funny. I didn't even know that he's in Ireland. That's funny that I didn't know that.
Past is making sure that we are enabling free speech.
Oh, we got AU up in the building. Good to see America Uncensored, by the way.
Speech, and making sure there's no censorship and oppression. I'm curious if that will come up today. I have a feeling it might be a little bit of a lighter conversation, but that's to be determined.
Yeah, a lot of people share that same sentiment this morning, Ashley, especially since there were talks of that ceasefire coming to fruition. So definitely thinking talks will be more on the relaxed side compared to what we saw with the Ukrainian president. So thank you for bringing that up. A lot of eyes also that this visit is happening, ahead of St. Patrick's Day. And people are very proud of the U.S. saying, you know what, it's important that we have this discussion with Irish delegation as far as the relationship and the culture awareness, and not just focusing on the holiday aspect.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And, the United States has
Now that is funny, Anson. And I really got to agree. That English crown, that British crown is so influential, isn't it?
thousands of Irish Americans, very proud Irish Americans in Chicago and Boston and throughout the Northeast. And so it's something that we're very proud of. President Trump issued a proclamation acknowledging Irish American Heritage Month for the month of March. I think it's an exciting time. This is something to be proud of. It's truly a part of our country's history. And I think that this is going to be a really exciting, fun trip. There's a reception at the White House this evening with the president. And so it should be on the lighter side, but I do think that there will be a lot of business focus. The ceasefire is going to be absolutely critical, addressing anti-Semitism, and then the tariffs, I think will be a very positive visit for both. Also wanted to note that the Prime Minister is coming from Texas, where he met with Governor Abbott and has been having conversations acknowledging that, they've got to kind of lock in for the long haul with the tariffs. So I think coming from the conversation at South by Southwest, meeting with Governor Abbott, it's going to prepare him, get him in the right mindset for his meeting with Vice President Vance and President Trump.
Ashley Hayek, a pleasure having you join us bright and early here on Live Now from Fox. Thank you so much for your candid conversation.
Yes, by the way, what King Blackout just said, you. Hit that like button, yo. Appreciate that, by the way. Yes, you don't necessarily have to like the craziness that happens in the world, but you guys can like it for my takes and supporting me over here. And it's free. By the way.
And your discussion as we set the stage for this anticipated meeting with the U.S. and the Irish delegation. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, too.
Thank you. And right here on Live Now from Fox, we are looking ahead to St. Patrick's.
Speaking of St. Patty's, right?
Patrick's Day, a perfect time for us to plug this event.
Yeah, no
we
kidding.
are looking ahead to Monday, March 17th. Live coverage from Dublin, Ireland. I'll be hosting that event. Of course, we'll be coming on the air well before 8 a.m. with your top stories and headlines. But 8 a.m., that's when we will switch to your St. Patrick's Day coverage, a commentated parade uninterrupted. So make sure you are staying tuned in. I do want to share with you interesting.
Yo, allegedly, good morning to you, by the way. Hopefully you're doing fantastic. Here on Hump Day, by the way, just in case people don't know. I know you know, but I'm just saying that Wednesday, Hump Day, is my double show day. So we got the morning show, and then we've got the show tonight at 7 p.m. CST, 8 p.m. Eastern, and that's with the Diamond Effect. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, back to this.
Note as we are discussing Ireland. I want you to.
So sounds good. We're going to go ahead and skip that a little bit because they're going to run into a freaking commercial like they always do. So Donald Trump's tariffs on imports of metals kick in today, I believe. They imposed 20%, 25% duties on shipments of steel and aluminum. The EU fires back with $28 billion in reciprocal duties.
Reuters Business just posting this on X saying, quote, Donald Trump's tariffs on imports of metals kick in. They imposed 25% duties on shipments of steel and aluminum.
True,
the
Warland.
EU fires back with $28 billion in reciprocal
What's up, Nicholas?
duties. And we are learning, as you just heard in that interview with Ashley Hayek, that with the meeting today with the Irish minister, there are expected talks of discussions as it relates to tariffs with the U.S. and Ireland. So we will be keeping a close eye on that. Further discussion, though, shares that President Donald Trump officially increased tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports to 25% this Wednesday, promising that he will tax and create U.S. factory jobs at a time when his seesawing tariff threats are jolting the stock market and raising fears of an economic slowdown. President Trump removed all exemptions from his 2018 tariffs on the metals.
What just happened, yo? Blackout, my man, dropping 5 like it's fucking nothing, by the way, this man over here. I can't thank you enough for your patronage, kind sir. As well, listen, because it not only helps me when you guys do like gifted memberships. Obviously it does, right? That would be stupid of me to say it doesn't. But it also helps someone in, or the 5, whoever you gift it to, it helps someone in the Breakfast Club, man. So thank you for that, King Blackout. That's exactly how we're able to do this shit right here. So I really appreciate your guys' help in that regard.
In addition to increasing the tariffs on aluminum from 10%. His moves based off a February directive are part of a broader effect to disrupt and transform global commerce. The U.S. president has separate tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China, with plans to also tax imports from the European Union, Brazil.
Yep. I do have that, Steve. I know that is not like 90% of my audience's like favorite show. I know. You know what I mean? It's all good.
And South Korea by charging reciprocal rates starting on April 2nd. So this just in, we will continue to follow this breaking news alert right here on Live Now from Fox. Again, learning this morning that President Donald Trump's tariffs on steel and aluminum will go into effect again starting on April 2nd.
Shit, the officer is speaking, ladies and gentlemen. We got Carney saying we got 47 people watching, but we got 33 likes. What the fuck? Yo, ladies and gentlemen, come on, man. It is very simple to hit that like button. What we're going to be stingy with like buttons now? Thank you guys for supporting the show. Seriously.
Second. I want to take you back out to the White House this morning as we continue to follow breaking news headlines as it relates to politics this morning. Also learning that the Trump administration is now dismantling the U.S. Department of Education. That coming just as Congress is racing to prevent a larger government shutdown later this week. Fox News correspondent Doug Luzader has more on the latest developments from Washington this morning.
Save our schools.
Transform, don't diagnose education. Is that what that says? Don't diagnose education. Education, something, future. Stop the coup. Stop the coup. Stop Musk. Trump put in boycott Tesla. What the fuck? Save DSLF. I'm just reading the signs. You know what I mean? What the fuck are they doing?
Employees and supporters of the Department of Education have been rallying for its survival, but for them, reality hit hard.
Is this the first step on the road to a total shutdown?
Yes, actually it is.
Linda
Ghost
McMahon,
Eagle.
the new Secretary
Good
of
morning to you.
Education under
And
President
yes,
Trump, is now overseeing a massive reduction in the Department of Education. Some 1,300 workers expected to be out of a job.
Oh, I'd like it to be closed immediately. Look, the Department of Education's a big con.
yo, Mount High, my man. You know what I haven't done yet, ladies and gentlemen? As he says right here, like button and left-handed tobacco all around. Yeah, we haven't done that shit yet. Not on this live stream, we haven't. So big W's to you guys in the chat. By the way, chat always wins. See that? All right, that would good. All right, back to this.
Job.
Like other Republican presidents before him, Trump has sought to slash the federal education bureaucracy, arguing it has grown and grown while U.S. schools have gotten worse and worse, saying the money is better off remaining with the states.
It's going to have enormous consequences to families across the country.
Democrats are angry, saying essential services, grants, and oversight will be cut. And at the same time, as the House passed a measure
Yo, Gary, good to see you, by the way.
yesterday to prevent a government shutdown on Friday,
So that's for a government shutdown for Friday. There was 216 that voted yay. There was only one Republican that said nay. Democrats, there was only one yay, and there was 212 nays. But obviously, it passed by four. 217 to 213. So it's shutting down, bitches.
at the same time as the House passed a measure yesterday to prevent a government shutdown on Friday. Democrats are trying to settle on a strategy. Should they join with Senate Republicans to give that bill final passage this week, or risk a government shutdown that could provide the administration with more opportunities to cut the size of government?
Yeah, no kidding.
Obviously,
Literally cut while he's holding a chainsaw up in the air and on a stage.
About what this administration will do with regards to bringing people back to work if there was a government shutdown.
Why don't we hear anything?
And that was Fox
there we
News
go.
correspondent Doug Luzader reporting there. We will
At first, I couldn't tell if that was me and my problem, my issue, or something like that. But no, it was their side.
continue to keep a close eye on your political headlines this Wednesday morning. Let's go ahead and take our second 2-minute commercial break.
No,
of the hour.
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're going to get into more of the madness.
The U.S., alleging he led activities aligned
Today, there's a hearing for Columbia University protest leader.
to Hamas, a designated terrorist organization. The White House says that under the Immigration and Nationality Act, the Secretary of State has the right to revoke the green cards of individuals who are believed to be national security threats.
At one of our nation's finest universities and colleges. And he took advantage of that opportunity, of that privilege, by siding with terrorists. Hamas.
It's called the Diamond Effect that I do every Wednesday evenings. I've been doing that for like a year.
Terrorists who have killed innocent men, women, and children.
Why does the audio keep doing that? What the fuck? I want to be able to hear.
Was most recently investigated by a new disciplinary body at Columbia University that focuses on harassment and discrimination complaints. And getting back to today's court hearing, it starts at 11:30. So all eyes will certainly be on the courthouse. For now, we're live though in Lower Manhattan. Jeanne, back to you.
All right, that was Briella Tomasetti there with Fox 5 New York. Thank you so much, Briella. Right now, I want to get back to a breaking news alert. We are
Damn, I
following
missed
on
this, man. I'm just seeing it right this second. I'm sorry for seeing this late. Papa Penguin coming in, by the way, for 14 fucking months. My man, I can't thank you and your help and patronage from day one, homie. So I really appreciate you. EU has slapped a 50% tariff on bourbon, which is going to hurt distillers. Be red, white, and blue. Support your local distiller. Yes, sir. I like that. I like that, by the way. Absolutely. Support local, man. Support your industries in-house, like here at home. We don't have to like export or import shit, you know what I mean? Just, whatever. There's plenty of good shit that we have here. You know what I mean? But Papa Penguin, I very much appreciate that, kind sir. Thank you for 14 months, man.
It's Wednesday morning as we are discussing the very latest with the Trump presidency. Take a look at your screen. This information just coming in from Reuters Business moments ago. You can see it there on your screen. It says, quote, Donald Trump's tariffs on imports of metals kicks in. They impose 25% duties on shipments of steel and aluminum. The EU fires back with $28 billion in reciprocal duties. The Associated Press also keeping a close eye on this breaking news this morning, as they say President Donald Trump officially increased tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports to 25% this Wednesday, promising that the taxes would help create U.S. factory jobs at a time when his seesawing tariff threats are jolting the stock market and raising fears of an economic slowdown. Trump removed all exemptions from his...
Yo, good morning, Cowboy, by the way. Hopefully you're enjoying your Wednesday morning so far.
2018 tariffs on the metals, in addition to increasing the tariffs of aluminum from 10%. His moves, based off a February directive, are part of a broader effort to disrupt and transform global commerce. The U.S. president has separate tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China, with plans to also tax imports from the European Union, Brazil, and South Korea. We're learning they plan to do this by charging reciprocal rates starting on April 2nd. Also important to note on this Wednesday, the EU announced its own countermeasures today. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said that as the U.S. was, quote, applying tariffs worth $28 billion, we are responding with countermeasures worth 26 billion euros, which equates to about 28 billion. Those measures, which cover not just steel and aluminum products, but also textiles, home appliances, and agricultural goods.
They made hollow points illegal in fucking Jersey? Why? What the fuck? Why?
Due to take effect April 1st. Trump told CEOs in the Business Roundtable Tuesday that the tariffs were causing companies to invest in U.S. factories. The 8% drop in the S&P 500 stock index over the past month on fears of deteriorating growth appears unlikely to dissuade him, as Trump argues that higher tariff rates would be more effective at bringing back factories. Again, we continue to follow the very latest. I'm going to drop this banner to show you this latest from the European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen. I just shared
What's up, Steve Posey, by the way? Good to see you,
that
man.
quote with you, but now you're seeing it on X from her Twitter page. They're saying, we deeply regret U.S. tariffs imposed on Europe. Tariffs are taxes. They are bad for business and even worse for consumers. Today, Europe takes strong but proportionate countermeasures. We remain ready to engage in dialogue. Of course, several European leaders have been in conversations with President Donald Trump. And of course, we know the Irish delegation will be with President Trump and VP Vance today. So we'll continue to see how this plays out right here on Live Now from Fox. Let's go ahead and go to a quick 2-minute commercial break. We'll be
We're
right
not
back
doing no
with more breaking
fucking
news
2-minute commercial break, bruh. Not happening. Not happening. We're not doing that. And by the way, Stephanie coming in hot, by the way, for 5 months. I cannot thank her enough. Saying, nice place you got here. Yes, I very much appreciate your patronage, by the way. Seriously, this is how we're able to continue doing this shit. So I can't thank you enough for your support. Sincerely.
Top stories and live events.
And we're going to skip. We got to skip. Skip.
Altercation occurred.
What is this?
Between
okay, so this is regards to the Chicago shooting that you guys see that I have it actually in the title of today's show, which is there was a Chicago shooting. So let's go ahead and figure out. I mean, that's not something that's not unusual. I mean, Chicago has a lot of fucked up issues every day. So it's kind of weird that this made the news. So let's go ahead and find out why it made the news. I really actually have no idea. So let's go ahead and find out together.
Live look as the camera is facing Chicago O'Hare Airport. And that's where our breaking news takes us. I want you to take a good look at your screen. We are learning a man was shot outside Chicago O'Hare Airport. This coming in from Chicago police on this Wednesday. Our team, Josh Breslow, Juliana, Maya, myself, we are working to find out the latest information from you. This quote coming from Chicago police saying police responded to a call for service where an altercation occurred between multiple individuals outside of Terminal 2.
Teeth ache. Man, having any type of teeth issues is a fucking, it's like none of that shit is fun. That is some pain that you can't do anything about, other than go to the dentist, right? But, it sucks. I hate having teeth pain. Some of you guys may or may not know this about me. It's a weird fact. I have almost every one of my teeth, aside from the fronts. I have almost every one of my teeth root canaled. I don't know and it was never because I didn't take care of myself or like I ate too much candy or anything. No, for me, actually, believe it or not, it's because at night I like clench down on my teeth and it flexes the tooth, right? And so it flexes ever so slightly. And when it does that, it breaks the enamel at the gum line. And then you're exposed. And then now if you don't get it patched up quick enough, which it happens like that, now you need a root canal. Totally sucks. And I've had that issue. I have like 12 of them, 12 root canals. Totally sucks.
On the street. During the altercation, shots were fired and a 25-year-old male victim sustained 2 gunshot wounds to the lower body. The victim was transported to Lutheran General Hospital, where he's listed in stable condition. A second individual is currently being interviewed by Area 5 detectives. They go on to say the investigation.
I wanted her to kind of go through that a little bit. She's not even done yet, but it did happen right outside of Chicago O'Hare Airport, which is never fucking good. And it happened approximately at 12:54 a.m. last night or this morning, I guess, very early morning.
Remains ongoing. Our content partners over at Fox 32 Chicago, they do have a reporter there at the scene. Let's take a look.
What's happening? Mainstream media. Flip the page.
When they start the third phase. And then over on the
traffic. I don't give a shit about traffic.
Going southbound, we had 3 right lanes taken away overnight between I-80
and
Terminal 2 at
there
O'Hare.
Police say it all happened because of a fight. The damage is very visible. Let's check in with Joni, who is live at the airport this morning with the very latest.
Oh, it sounds like she's live at the airport. Damn it.
Joni.
Good morning. This shooting happened right outside Terminal 2. We still have a scene here. It happened on the arrivals lane of traffic, which is closed right now if you're coming out to the airport. There is a shattered window.
Yo, what's up, Straight? Good to see you, my man. Good morning to you, kind sir.
A bullet apparently went through into the terminal. Police do have someone in custody right now. The shooting happened about 12:45 this morning. A Spirit Airlines flight from Houston had arrived in Chicago. According to a source, someone was waiting to pick up a passenger. Police say it started with an altercation. Multiple shots were fired.
You too, Johnny. God bless yourself. You know what I mean? We'll see you on the flip side, and always appreciate you hanging out with us, man. And it's always an honor.
On the street, a 25-year-old man was struck twice in the lower body. There are reports an automatic weapon was used. One witness, familiar with firearms, said he heard it from his hotel room.
I heard it sounded like a just rapid fire, like automatic fire. I saw people, I looked out my window, I'm in the hotel right across the way, and I saw people scattering. Now I was at a high angle, so I couldn't see very well, but I saw people just scatter both directions. And then I heard like a bunch of single shots.
Right now, it appears that the police are taking some of their caution tape down. They are still here on the scene with multiple squads, multiple police officers.
Yo, Straight, I can't even keep up with the fucking chat. Like, it's a great problem to have, but it's something it's still something I'm getting used to. But man, you're very right about that. The chat is getting huge, and chat always wins, man. W chat. Straight up. Shit.
But they might be winding it up right now. Now, that wounded man was taken to Lutheran General Hospital, where his condition has stabilized. Area 5 Chicago police say they have one person that they are questioning. Reporting live at O'Hare Airport, I'm Joni Lum. Back to you.
All right, Joni, thank you. Shaking our heads at that one. Police are linking a string of smash and grabs on the city's north.
All right. So again,
That sounds like standard Chicago right there.
from our content partners.
And so we had like this many murders last night, and now we've got smash and grabs here at local governments or local businesses. And yeah, this is standard operation for Chicago, man.
We're at Fox.
It's like fucking San Francisco.
in
Standard.
Chicago, the very latest from the team in that area. This is a developing story. If you're just now tuning in, again, sharing with you.
I also need a fire booty rub. You know what I mean?
Latest from the Chicago Police Department. They say, quote, police responded to a call for service where an altercation occurred between multiple individuals outside of Terminal 2 on the street. During the altercation, shots were fired and a 25-year-old male victim sustained 2 gunshot wounds to the lower body. The victim was taken to Lutheran General Hospital, where he's listed in stable condition. A second individual is currently being interviewed.
That's why I'm guessing, because otherwise this is standard stuff that happens in Chicago. I mean, very, very standard. Just going to be honest. I know that doesn't sound good, but it's true. I totally am assuming that the whole reason why this happened is because it was right outside an airport. Yeah, of course. That's exactly why it got the attention it did.
By Area 5 detectives. And again, the investigation remains ongoing. We will be keeping a close eye on this breaking news alert on this Wednesday. Of course, if a press conference happens or anything like that, we'll share it with you right here on Live Now from Fox. Let's go ahead and go to our final 2-minute commercial break.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead now. We've got some, United Nations. Okay, listen to this. This is the headline. United Nations Human Rights Council discussion. It's standard what they fucking do. This is like, what? Like the 4th fucking day in a row of like this kind of bullshit. Anyways, let's go ahead and get some breaking news. Pakistani security forces battle to free hostages aboard hijacked train. Wow, what the fuck? All right, let's go ahead and back this up a little bit because I am interested in that. That's some breaking news. Any breaking news I'm pretty much into, man.
Now, the latest information we are getting from our content partners over at the Associated Press. Take a good look at your screen again on this Wednesday morning. We are following breaking news.
I know, Beezer. I know that is just funny. That's just funny that I blew myself up and took out a tooth with it. Fucking idiot. Meaning me, by the way. And yeah, 12, dude. And I think it really has more to do, like, not only what I told you that I sleep at night and I don't grind my teeth, but I force down. I don't know why. It's something that I've always done. That's an issue, and I think it also is a genetic thing. Because I've always brushed my teeth every single day. Like, I'm very good about shit like that, but unfortunately, teeth problem is a real thing.
From the Associated Press, learning that Pakistani security forces exchanged gunfire this Wednesday with hundreds of separatist militants as they worked to free about 300 hostages who were still on a train after it was attacked.
I had 2 of my wisdom teeth pulled out on my left side. I still have my right wisdom teeth.
In the country's rugged southwest area. We're learning security forces were being cautious as officials said the hostages were surrounded by militants wearing vests loaded with explosives. A government spokesman said Pakistani forces were being backed up by helicopters in the remote region and described the attack as, quote, an act of terrorism. At least 27 militants have been killed, and security forces rescued more than 150 of the 450 people who were on the train when it was hijacked as it entered a tunnel, a district in the area province. We're learning it was the first time militants have ever.
Holy fucking shit. Yo, my man. Coming in hot with another 5 gifted, by the way. That is 10 for him on this live stream, man. King. My man. Thank you so much for that. Holy shit, man. I can't thank you enough for that. That is 10 for you, cuh. Shit. Who raised Ka? I appreciate you, Blackout.
Carried out such an attack. We're learning the Baloch Liberation Army Group has claimed responsibility for this attack, saying it was open to negotiations to swap prisoners. Well, so far, there has been no response from the government to offer from the insurgents. A spokesman said in a statement that the group was ready to free passengers if the government releases the group's jailed militants. Since then, no government officials have been available for comment. Such demands have been rejected in the past. Again, this just into our live now from Fox Studios, learning that Pakistani security forces are battling to free about 300 hostages aboard a hijacked train. We'll continue to follow the latest developments right here on Live Now from Fox. 7:10 here on the East Coast. Let's go to our first 2-minute commercial.
No, we are not doing another commercial break. And by the way, yes, brother Steve Easy, saying everyone hit that like button. Don't be a lame. Facts. Motherfucking facts.
Break of the hour. We'll be right back.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Skip that, bitch. Sounds like they're still breaking news with this. We'll see. Come on, mainstream.
7:12 here on the East Coast, and welcome back to Live Now from Fox. Following some breaking news, which takes us out to the windy city of Chicago. You're getting a live look outside of Chicago O'Hare Airport, a skyline shot, as we're learning an altercation has led to a shooting at the airport. Fox 32 Chicago's Joni Lum. We're following the very latest there this morning. Joni, good morning to you. A lot of unanswered questions.
Good morning. Well, this would ordinarily be a very busy time here at O'Hare, but now we have a police investigation going on. It started as a fight here on this level, the baggage level, and then it spilled outside where there was gunfire. We can show you the evidence. There's a hole.
Yo, Warpig, good to see you, by the way. And yeah, look at the fucking window got busted. Totally shot.
In that window, and it appears that the window has shattered. Also some caution tape that still remains here. Now, this shooting happened about 12:45 a.m. Central Time. A fist fight turned into this shooting. Reports of rapid gunfire were heard outside the door of Terminal 2 here at O'Hare. A source at the airport says that a flight from Houston had arrived at the airport. Someone was outside waiting to pick up a passenger, and then there was gunfire.
Nope, I still have stitches in my lip. So as soon as the stitches come out, then I'm going to go get it fixed. You know what I mean? Because they're going to be like pulling my lip up and shit. Like, yeah, I'm just going to wait until they pull not pull. They actually just disintegrate, actually. You don't have to go to the hospital and have them pulled out. They just fall out. But I am waiting for that to happen. Once that happens, then I'm going to get my front tooth fixed. I'm on camera, man. Like I'm not leaving myself all fucked up.
On the arrival level of O'Hare, which was shut down for about 5 hours while police were investigating. There were some witnesses who heard the gunfire from inside the hotel that is here at the airport. They said they heard rapid gunfire. We do know that one person was injured in that shooting. A 25-year-old man was shot in the lower body, has been taken to a hospital where he is stabilized, and police have one person in custody that they are questioning. Reporting live at O'Hare, I'm Joni Lum. Now back to you.
Yo,
all right, Joni,
Papa, you're a savage, and it's true.
There with Fox 32 Chicago, always stellar and detailed reporting. Thank you so much. Joni, before you go, people wanting to know if there will be a press conference this morning or later today to get further information. Have you heard anything on your end?
No confirmation on when, but definitely there will be some more information.
Definite team player, by the way.
Coming out about this shooting. Right now, it's believed to be isolated.
Absolutely. Right. Hey, I totally hear that, Shazzy. Make sure you get down with your bad self over there and whip it up. Shit. But always appreciate you, Shazzy, for hanging out with us, by the way.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much again for joining us here on Live Now. Have a great and safe rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. I want to share the very latest information from the Chicago Police Department. Take a look at your screen. It says, quote,
okay, we'll skip this because we do know this already. So we're going to skip that. They go back to the UN discussion on this one is alleged sexual violence and abuse by Israeli forces. What in the fuck is happening here?
For me, it was a very hard war in 2014, but
comments.
Yeah, we're just going to skip ahead. Man, he's still going.
Closed. So people
money to these.
Okay, so Secretary of State Rubio speaks in Ireland ahead of state visit. So let's go ahead and figure out what he's saying regarding this whole ordeal. Let's back it up a little bit.
That would be, for lack of a better term, a good problem to have to figure out how to negotiate a peace, because we're actually negotiating a peace while the shooting is stopped.
Is the mineral deal essentially the security guarantee that you guys envision? And then the second question is, President Trump appealed to.
That's very true. Every Saturday morning, by the way, 10 a.m. CST. If you guys just got gifted a membership, make sure you guys show up Saturday mornings. Every Saturday, 10 a.m. CST, and then 11 a.m. EST. Every Saturday morning is, man, we have a great time over there on members only. We get to say some shit that you usually are not able to kind of get away with, only because you're not live streaming to the world, you're live streaming to your specific people. So we get to be a little bit rowdy over there. You know what I mean? But yeah, make sure you guys show up for that. It's always a good time.
Americans during his campaign on free speech arguments and not suppressing speech, especially from the government. But your revocation of the green card, to many,
true, Steve. We did
one of the most anti-speech.
It was beautiful
actions a secretary could take with his powers. How do you respond?
Yeah, I mean, the first question was again
is the
minerals deal
version of the security guarantee.
Well, I think that a minerals deal is something that I think is beneficial for both countries. Certainly, one of the things that provides for Ukraine's long-term prosperity and security is vibrant economic growth and development. If their GDP begins to grow, and that gives them a tremendous amount of leverage and power and the ability to fund their own defenses. So I think certainly any economic development for Ukraine is positive for their own future. Obviously, if the United States has a vested economic interest somewhere, we're tied to them on an economic front. We're in partnership.
Well, it is suspicious, homie. It is suspicious. I get it.
With them on something, we will have an interest in the future of Ukraine as well. I wouldn't couch it as a security guarantee, but certainly if the United States has a vested economic interest that's generating revenue for our people as well as for the people of Ukraine.
Hit that like button, everybody. It's free. It's free to do it.
We'd have a vested interest in protecting it if it were to be challenged or threatened.
Yo, we got Sarah coming in hot, by the way. We're dropping a 10 spot saying drive-by shout out. Hey, I really appreciate that. And she says, have a great stream. I very much appreciate you, Raging Tomato over there, Sarah. I very much appreciate your patronage and help towards the channel, man. Very much appreciate that. That's exactly how we are able to continue to do exactly what we're doing right now. So listen, Sarah, it's very much appreciated. You do a great show. Someone in the chat, please link her YouTube page. Everyone go over there. She runs a great show over there. Seriously.
First point.
I would say that without her sending money, just so everyone knows.
This is an important point, and I'm glad you asked this question. When you come to the United States as a visitor, which is what a visa is, which is how this individual entered this country on a visitor's visa, okay? You are here as a visitor. We can deny you that visa. We can deny you that if you tell us when you apply, hi, I'm trying to get into the United States on a student visa.
All the homies pulling through, by the way. We got Fredo. Always appreciate you, kind sir, as well.
Big supporter of Hamas, a murderous, barbaric group that kidnaps children, that rapes teenage girls, that takes hostages, that allows them to die in captivity, that returns more bodies than live hostages. If you tell us that you are in favor of a group like this, and if you tell us when you apply for your visa, and by the way, I intend to come to your country as a student and rile up all kinds of anti-Jewish student, anti-Semitic activities.
They're not going to say that.
I intend to shut down your universities. If you told us all these things when you applied for a visa, we would deny your visa. I hope we would. If you actually end up doing that, once you're in this country on such a visa, we will revoke it.
Gunpowder Nitro,
and if
good
you
morning.
end up having a green card,
Happy
not
hump day.
citizenship, but a green card as a result of that visa while you're here in those activities, we're going to kick you out. It's as simple as that. This is not about free speech. This is about people that don't have a right to be in the United States to begin with. No one has a right to a student visa. No one has a right to a green card, by the way. So when you apply for a student visa or any visa to enter the United States, we have a right to deny you for virtually any reason. But I think being a supporter of Hamas and coming into our universities and turning them upside down.
Yo, Joseph, up there, our snow Mexican up there in Canada. What's up, homie? He's saying, good morning, Mr. Ball, Lucy, Breakfast Club, BNC, and can't forget the haters. Hope you're all doing well, and BD, no cap.
Stop the cap.
That's right, homie. Good to see you, by the way, on the Facebook side of things, man.
And being complicit in what are clearly crimes of vandalization, complicit in shutting down learning institutions. There are kids at these schools that can't go to class. You pay all this money to these high-priced schools that are supposed to be of great esteem, and you can't even go to class. You're afraid to go to class because these lunatics are running around with covers on their face, screaming terrifying things.
Thank you, Naomi. I appreciate that.
If you told us that's what you intended to do when you came to America, we would have never let you in. And if you do it once you get in, we're going to revoke it and kick you out.
Can I ask you about the Canada trip?
Oh boy.
The president has taunted, if you will, Canada, calling the 51st state, calling Prime Minister
What he said
Trudeau
is it
governor.
should become the 51st state from an economic standpoint. He says if they became the 51st state, we wouldn't have to worry about the border. And
Hey, you and me both, Sarah. You and me both. I'm right there with you.
Coming across, because now we would be able to manage that. He's made an argument that it's their interest to do so. Obviously, the Canadians don't agree, apparently, but
Much love, Sarah. Be safe out there.
well, that's not what we're going to
Appreciate you.
discuss at the G7, and that's not what we're going
Be
to be
safe out there.
discussing in our trip here. So they're the host nation, and I mean, we have a lot of other things we work on together. We defend North America through NORAD and the airspace of our continent together. So not to mention the issues of Ukraine and other commonalities. So we're going to be focused in the G7 on all of those things. That's what the meeting is about. It is not a meeting about how we're going to take over Canada.
Are you concerned at all about the reception you might be getting, particularly at the event?
I don't know. Should I be? What do you know that I don't know?
Yo, VT. My bad. Let me pull this up.
Tariffs the last 12 hours. You just see this escalating trade war.
Oh, homie. How does that work? I've never even seen that before. I just got it in my email. I've never seen this before. What did you send it on? That has to be like a PayPal thing. Yo, VT, I'm super stoked with that. You know, thank you very much. He sent in $10, man. And the way that because it's Canadian money, you know what I mean? And it's got to do its little thing. But that's totally a trip. I've never seen this interact before. I've never seen that. Like, I got the email of it. So totally interesting. I'm going to have to, it says I have to accept it. So I'll accept it after the show. But thank you very much, VT, for the $10. Man, that's exactly how we do this shit. Yes, sir. And Bob says that's the best way to send money in Canada. I had no idea, by the way. I've never even seen it. So that is super cool, by the way. Mike, I'm going to start reminding you to start checking your tips. Yeah, I know. I can be, and I should be really good about that because theoretically, those kind of should be on priority. Like when someone sends something personally, I need to be able to have it where I can have it like on another screen and it be like showing me. It's really hard when you got the phone and you're trying to live stream and communicate with everybody in the chat because I don't just sit here and do nothing. You know what I mean? So I do need to get better about checking the emails and all of that. So I very much appreciate that, VT. Thank you immensely.
The exception of Japan, all the other members of the G7.
Yeah. So what's your point?
Oh, what's your point?
But they wouldn't work with the United States.
Yeah, I mean, they've invited us to come. We intend to go. I mean, the alternative is to not go. I think that would actually make things worse, not better. So it's a G7 summit.
A maple syrup.
Alternative could be not to have tariffs or not to have the language of the president.
No, those are policy decisions. And so at the end of the day, the president's made those decisions. He's explained why. It's not just against Canada. It's not just against Mexico. It's not just against G7 countries. He's imposed steel and aluminum tariffs now on virtually the entire world.
It
and
does.
The reason why is not to
Thank
punish
you,
those
VT.
countries. It's because he has outlined the need to develop a domestic capability. If you don't have steel and aluminum, you can't build warships. You can't build airplanes. You're not an industrial economy. There are things we have to be able to protect, and there's a lot of unfair trade practices.
And you know what I'm going to do actually, as he's going to go on for another 3 minutes. He's going to speak for 3 minutes. And then after this, believe it or not, I didn't see anything that was like super worthy of us, you know, like going and listening to. I mean, there is Zelensky that he's speaking, so we can probably listen in on that. But let me go ahead. But man, see, he's rambling on forever. Holy shit. Like he rambles on for like an hour, bro. What the fuck? Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and start finding and seeing who's live right now, by the way. I'm going to set that up.
A lot of countries out there who subsidize their industries so that they can gain global market share So they subsidize the industries. They're operating at a loss. Meanwhile, our industries are trying to compete fairly. And that's why you don't have steel plants. And that's why you can't produce the aluminum. And that really threatens our national security in the long term. So these are national security concerns when it comes to steel and aluminum and some of these other products. But ultimately, the president feels strongly, and I personally agree, that we have made some decisions when it comes to trade policies that have led to the deindustrialization of America and have left us deeply vulnerable to any sort of interruptions in global supplies and or it being used to extort us, not to mention our inability to produce things that we need for our own economy and for our own defense.
Yo, Blackout, for the he I know what he did right there. He wanted to bring it up to 11 for a reason, because 11's a sexy number, by the way. So 11 gifted memberships that this man has gifted out to you guys. If you guys got one, by the way, make sure that you guys thank the dude, and anybody that gifts memberships, make sure you guys thank the people that got it for you. And he just sent another. Holy shit, that's 12, homie. My man, I very much appreciate you, kind sir. Holy shit, 13, bro. Like, this man is just going crazy over here. He's like, yo, we're just gonna halt the whole fucking show right now. Shit. Thank you. Sincerely,
So that's what
Blackout.
those policies
Damn,
are about.
bro.
Every country
Number
in the world we
13.
expect will act in their national interest. The United States forgot that. President Trump is reminding us of that and getting us back to that. And I think it is quite possible that we could do these things and at the same time deal in a constructive way with our allies and friends and partners on all the other issues that we work together on. And that's what I expect out of the G7 in Canada.
Can I just ask on Russia, did you have, or Waltz have
I think this is the last question that he's going to answer right here.
contact with Zelensky while you were in Saudi Arabia? And
No.
then
I didn't. I don't believe Mr. Waltz did either, but I did not. But that was the team he selected, and it was appropriate. It was his closest advisor. It was their foreign minister. It was
For
their
real.
head of security. So we felt that that was the counterparts they sent and to deal with us, and that's obviously pretty common in these sorts of things. Generally, the heads of state meets heads of state.
See, this is where you guys got a little confused. What the key is the guy doesn't simp. But to have a woman simp for you, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. You know what I mean? So just saying. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. And by the way, yeah, there's no simp in here.
And appropriate counterparts beat others. That I imagine he had to get back, and he's the president of a wartime country. So he's but we did not have any contact with him there. But I wouldn't read anything into it other than he selected his team for these talks, and the president selected his. So
And was there any discussion with the Ukrainians about how a ceasefire, if Russia agrees, would be enforced? How would the U.S. ensure part
yeah, well, the interesting thing about modern warfare.
Well, and that's exactly what you just being here makes that happen, Blackout. And then for you to go the extra mile and help monetarily, I can't thank you enough. Seriously, like that, to me, that's a huge compliment, man. You know, and it helps out a lot of people as well, including me, obviously. But thank you immensely to all of you guys.
It's easier than ever to monitor, and simply because there's so many eyes on the ground, and there's also all sorts of overhead, commercial satellite and the like. It would be pretty hard to hide drone strikes. It would be hard to hide missile strikes, ballistic strikes, artillery.
Be good out there,
We
SNS.
feel like that is something that could be monitored. Obviously, if in fact the Russians say yes, let's hope they say yes. If they say yes, one of the things we'll have to determine is who do both sides trust to be on the ground to sort of monitor some of the small arms fires and exchanges that could happen. But those are practices that have become common in these, and I don't think that would be difficult to set up. We didn't get into specifics, but obviously the need to monitor a ceasefire is clear to everyone.
Sir, just a quick follow-up on this question.
Oh, he's done. He's like, fuck this.
You
I'm gonna have to get back on the plane.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out.
This administration has not hesitated to put a lot of pressure on Ukraine. You reduce their intelligence support in the middle of a shooting war. You temporarily cut off their arms, criticize them publicly.
You tell everybody, Naomi. You let everyone know.
Not you, but leadership in public. Are you truly prepared to apply pressure on Russia should it be recalcitrant and not agree to the terms of these?
Yo, Pablo,
ceasefire?
good morning
There's
to
been
you.
no
Happy
concrete
hump day.
action that this administration has taken to punish Russia since it's come to office.
Be safe out there, brother Steve
To be
Easy.
clear,
We'll see you tomorrow morning, by the way, kind sir.
as far as I am aware, the United States has not provided armaments to Russia. The United States is not providing assistance to Russia. Every single sanction that has been imposed on Russia remains in place. Every single sanction the president
too, Brother
inherited
Wes.
remains in place. Right, but well, I mean, they're pretty sanctioned up. I mean, there's a lot of sanctions on already. My point being is that there's been no steps taken to relieve any of these things. These things continue to be in place, but we don't think it's constructive for me to stand here today and begin to issue threats about what we're going to do if Russia says no. Let's hope they say yes. At the end, let's understand, I remind everybody and bring you back to the point, the president's desire here is to bring about a lasting and enduring peace in Ukraine. He wants the shooting and the fighting to stop, not just for 30 days, not just for 60 days, but permanently. To do that, both sides have to come to the table. We are happy. We are happy that...
Yo, Tats also gifted out one, man. Man, you guys have made like a real membership drive without doing a membership drive this whole last week, man. So, holy shit, man. Thank you immensely, Tats, by the way. Thank you very, very much. And, of course, we love that British currency. Shit.
The Ukrainians have agreed to do so. Now, it is up to Russia to say yes. If Russia says yes, that's very good news, and we will begin that process and do everything we can to move that process forward. If they say no, then obviously we'll have to examine everything and sort of figure out where we stand in the world and what their true intentions are. I think it'll be, if they say no, it'll tell us a lot about what their goals are.
And he's done.
And
Watch.
what their mindset is. But I don't want to go into that before they've even answered us by issuing statements that are abrasive in any way. Our hope is that when we met with them last, they expressed a willingness under the right conditions, without elaborating on the right conditions, to bring an end to this conflict. That was our question when we met with them. I think I shared it with you that we're on our trip. The point of meeting with them was to find out, is this a war they wanted to end, or is this a war they just wanted to continue in perpetuity until they...
Yeah, of course. Of course. You got to figure out the motives here.
Achieved whatever goals they have in mind. And they expressed a willingness, under the right circumstances, which they did not define, to bring an end to this conflict. So we have Ukraine ready to come to the table. Now we need to get Russia to come to the table. If they do, and the shooting stops, I think that's a very good day in the world. Obviously, no one here is pretending that negotiation is going to be easy or fast or simple. But at least we've gotten to that point. If their answer is no, then obviously we'll have to deal with that. And we'll have to at that point, make decisions on that basis. We're not there yet. Hopefully the answer is yes. Okay, thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yep, I knew that was exactly the way that he was going to end up saying, all right, thanks, everybody. I'm fucking gone. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, I can't thank each and every single one of you guys enough from the bottom of my heart from, making this very shit happen, man. I'm very, very honored to be able to do this job. This is something that I don't take lightly. I think that you guys know, like even down to the shows, like I make sure that I am live at 10. You know what I mean? Like I take it very serious. I have alarms set for, this is a business at the end of the day, but I don't even look at it like that. I look at it like as a family coming together to hang out and get some good information, as well as being, getting transparent news. You know what I mean? Oh, Carney, you're on right now? Hold on. If you're live right now, I'll send it to you, man. If you're live right this second, I'll send it to you. Let me go ahead and readjust this. 1 second, because I would love to be able to send the raid over to you if I can do that. Let's see. I don't see you live, homie. Let me type in. I hate when it doesn't show shit right. There you are. Boom. I had to type it in manually. So thank you for letting me know that, by the way. So everybody stick around, hang out with Carney. I'll be in the chat over there with you guys. I'm going to be closing up the stream on my side. You know what I mean? But I will be in the chat. You guys go show some Brother Carney, show Brother Carney some love, as well as hit the like over there. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button over there. He's a great dude, man. Very special person. So make sure you guys go over there. Thank you all for being here. Thank every single one of you guys for also hitting the like button. Whether you did it in the very beginning of the show, middle, or right here, right now at the very end, it helps out immensely. I can't thank you guys enough. Also, a little side note, follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV for everybody that's new here. Make sure you guys follow that right there. That is like better than my phone number, yo. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back tonight at 7 p.m. CST for the Diamond Effect. That is 8 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be talking about, is the world going broke, I guess. So we'll get into that discussion later on this evening. But if I don't see you guys tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. And until then, for more of the world's madness, God bless everybody and have a wonderful rest of your day. See ya.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burns.